Final video for what this project brought forth for myself, like for me and my mind, or where I live in my mind, or whatever I decide for, what I love and so forth. It's about religion, and I would, if it's best described as that, as a religion of none but all, in the sense of me as everything that I wish or anything for. So it's called Soulriver of no faces in vision, which is pretty self-explanatory, I guess. So the core ideas of this is basically no one is special and another special, meaning if you think you're special, good, I think that too. If you think you're more special than another person, I disagree. Core idea first. No face needs to be ever known. Like, sure, you can go on the street and see a face if that's possible, if the face shows itself to you, if it wants that, and you don't force it to, and so forth. But in fact, to me, like, you don't need to know anything. Like, if it would be possible that there's just something you can sense and that speaks to you, I wouldn't care. Like, okay, I speak with air, but I'm not that crazy anymore. I don't have these psychoses. I don't hear voices in the sense that I speak to air or hallucinations or anything of that. Third one, which is really important because it all comes down to this. It does essentially come down to power, which is belonging to the person, in the sense that if you invent it for yourself, it invents yourself and the inventions for yourself by invented ideas or so or whatever, is your knowledge, in the sense that you can use it and no one else can forbid you to use the knowledge you self-discovered or has any right to it. So no knowledge of any of people is to be stolen, meaning if I have an idea and you think it's a good idea and want that too, either credit me, hold to my rules, or don't steal it. And the first and the last and the all guiding core idea is all rights in reserve as an ever, meaning every right belongs to the conscious of himself or herself or itself. Meaning, if you ever try to take a right from someone, that person is able to defend itself against that. And rights, meaning the rights by conscious, which mean you can exist, live your life, and feel happy about it. So, religion of Soulriver. This is really weird. It's the first fundament that there's no God. Like, even if there would be gods or god or goddesses or gods behind it, the religion I belong to, which I kind of, I don't know if I did form it for myself, with the collective of what I exist in, as in where I exist in the sense which is called to be not in anything that is not created by myself or created by something that birthed me, in a sense that is actually the reason why my soul came to be. There is no God of this religion, but everyone is a godlike being. Like, you can be your own God, you can describe yourself like that. It's maybe even true. It's not of matter. You don't need to abide to any God, worship any God, or even regard someone as a God. It's not of importance. The processes of spirit in the hidden is the second fundament. Like, this belongs to you. The process of the spirit in the hidden, meaning what you don't want to give to people as knowledge, is yours. Like, belongs to you. But if someone else finds out what you found out, it's not their fault. Like, that belongs to them as well. You're the first one who found it out. Cool. Doesn't matter. Fundament 3. Thus, which is hidden does not need to be exposed. Very important, because I am worthy. Just like every conscious is worthy, because it simply exists. It's life, it's a miracle. So, the use of systems in this religion. It's art. Like art is pretty self-explanatory. It's art. Sylvia, meaning magic, or Zauber in German, meaning I intend to always use magic and such systems as magic, as any that is in any similar sense like magic, in any sense that is what he would ever try to argument, like ever, that has anything like that, is the use in the system. Base, it's not even the base system, but one of the systems is magic, and all the other systems come with it. So fantasy is mine. Like, if I have a fantasy, it's my fantasy. No one knows it and should know it, and if you try to know it, I will protect my fantasy. Like, you can, of course, try to ask me what my fantasy is, but I will never tell you. So if I have a fantasy, for example, for a tree, I will not tell you. It's my idea of a tree. Don't ask me. You will not get an answer. Unless we interchange knowledge. I know something that you truly know. I want to give that away, the fantasy I have, and it's not bad for me or anyone that I regard as important to me. Or more, or anything in that, whatever. So fantasy, in all cases, everything I imagine, everything I am, everything I will be, everything I regard, everything I can intervent is mine. And the final state is always belonged as in what it is for its idea, in the sense of no rights to forbid to other. This is pretty self-explanatory if you get the other ideas, otherwise you possibly don't get the idea at all, and as ever, and I could explain how much I want to, you would never. And the rule for this religion I belong to, and I do call it my religion, because it's my religion, don't force your will on any other conscious, or on any conscious, on another conscious, or unconscious.